Let's go hit stuff. Did I save right outside the, no, I did not. So I think we did everything. We killed the summons, because we have the summons. I didn't go in the Mithril Mines. Can't believe it. There's no reason to, except completion. It'll be good for one job level. Hey, Pepper. Yeah, we're probably gonna be okay. We got ambushed by level 1 enemies, man. Yeah, you know, it should be fine. We have 2 healers and we have a tremendous amount of damage. I'm always a little bit worried. I'm always a little bit worried about the end fights just because of turn order. But it should be okay. Should be okay. I'm gonna equip the funny boots and use these for Circus Tower. One healer and the other healer except with Bahamut. Sage gets every spell in the game. All white magic, all black magic, and all summons. Oh, I could... no, never mind, it's fine. It's fine. So... yeah, we're gonna do an unbelievable amount of damage to things. Just gonna be whether or not let's buy out the shop. No, the Sage only gets summons. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, we could just go buy. We could buy all the lower level magics as well, so that we would have the escape spell. But escape would summon Chocobo as Sage. Happy 6 p.m. In we go. Party's like a hockey stick curve for power. I'm not sure. I don't know what that means. We've actually been really powerful for the whole playthrough. White Mage doesn't do a lot of raw damage, and there are stretches where do I want to fight this? I think I do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with you. Defend? Yeah, anyways, White Mage was quite good for most of the game. There was like a tiny stretch before I got Light Staff and after I finished the Undead dungeon. He could potentially Meteor me here. He chose not to. Yeah, there was a minor dip in power, but yeah, Ranger has always been strong and Black Belt is fucked up. The game definitely explodes once you get Black Belt. I don't know why they allowed him to scale like this. But they did. I'm only fighting Behemoth because he has a chance of dropping Elixir. And more Elixirs are nice. Nope. Meteor in this is super fucked up. Yeah, Meteor is really, really strong. And it's very common. Like, almost every boss in the back quarter of the game has Meteor. And also some random encounters. Unlike FF5, Meteor damage in this isn't just like a random range. It's always just really fucking strong. Summons are okay, because we should be able to... Nope, we can't kick them to death. Okay, summons are slightly less okay. Meaty, please. Adak, you'll be happy to hear that I did continue to fail at physics yesterday. I found a way to create stable oscillation, but the I think I have to try these. The oscillation is just a bit wrong. Amplitude is too big. So, I don't know. It's less wrong than the behavior we were getting yesterday. But I don't know. I thought of a few solutions last night before I went to bed. And was like, okay, this is fine, I solved it, I can just implement that solution tomorrow. And then when I laid down to sleep, I realized that I was a fucking moron and that it won't work either. I'll figure something out. Figure something out tonight. Yeah, game dev stuff. I was working on the physics for a an upwards propelling like vent, fan, magnet. But there are some issues because of things that are not worth elaborating on. Yeah, the dampening function in theory should be great. It should be great, but instead it's definitely not. I think, I can probably take the nuclear option and just shut existing physics off when under the influence of a fan. And, use new physics. Just fix it that way. Yeah, Groufy, it from an outside perspective, it should be a simple fix, but because of the way I had to set things up because of other things, the simple fixes end up causing really, really funny problems. It's one of those cases where, like, I wrote something that will accommodate 98% of cases, but now I'm in the 2% of cases. It'll be okay. I'm just gonna have to do more work than I wanted. Refuse to work like that? Well, that's the only option. The options were to write something that accounts for a vast majority of the cases, or write something that will never work ever. Or don't make the game. That's what my options were. This team's been handling some of these really bad encounters pretty well. It's still so strange that a critical hit... critical hit on Barrage causes me to do less damage. I don't think I want to take a back attack from these guys again. 41 damage. I can't believe the magic evasion and magic defense that Sage has. It's incredible. Alright, just whooped my white mage's ass and then petrified. Dominance established. I really hope I find a dragon here. I don't want to fight 3 of these. I think Shinobi is immune to frog boots. And I don't have great damage for dealing with 3 of them. I guess I could have used Leviathan or something. Oh, I could have used Catastro. Summon to Catastrophe. Catastrophe Horse. That shouldn't have been enough damage. Well, I don't know why he's using Ice Arrow. Hey, Malice. You're here roughly just in time for some Bahammer. You haven't missed any Bahammer yet. What the fuck? What did I give you? Oh, I think we got 3 Petrify procs on that barrage. But 0 on that one? Oh, I know. Bahammer slays me too. It's so good. I love Bahammer. I am gonna summon Catastrophe Horse. We got 2 of them. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Barrage proc rate is working. No, can't hold any more Phoenix Sounds. There's no room in my bag for even one more feather. Yeah, this party is super fucking strong. These boss fights are gonna be a slugfest. The main concern right now is just getting too greedy and then not healing enough and getting particle beamed. Could have had Dragoon. I think Dragoon would have been worse on this team. I think with two with two healers, we can afford to be full greed and just take the raw power. Black Belt also has a higher HP pool, so he's a little bit safer. Dragoon is best in most team comps, but I think starting with White Mage is the one time where it's probably not. Dragoon is really nice because it's just a free answer for Garuda, but with White Mages you can just you can either out-sustain or damage race. Yeah, Bloodlance helps a lot. Like, he gets through Garuda for free, and then Bloodlance is good sustain for the rest of the game. The worst combo of 4 jobs we almost had in one of these. Like Onion Knight, Wind Crystal, or Earth Crystal. And then, which was the one I was scared about that we got bailed out? This one? Thief second is potentially the worst. Like the main problem would be yeah, I think Onion Knight to start is the worst because it hinders your HP growth for a while. And then Thief, and then Geomancer, and then Summoner, I think is probably the worst that you could get. That would have no healing. It would have only one damage dealer. Geomancer is really fun, but doesn't contribute enough to anything. It doesn't have healing, and it doesn't do enough damage, and it's not tanky enough, and it doesn't have HP growth. So no one on the team would have good HP growth. Any job from Earth Crystal is good, except for Onion Knight, and Summoner is probably the worst. Magus can at least use Drain. So you could just power level Magus and then use Drain every turn and then Elixirs and solo Cloud of Darkness. Devout and Sage have full party healing. Ninja could Bloodlance. Summoner can only do damage, can't heal himself and can't heal the party. Yeah, and for Fire Crystal, I like Thief a lot. Thief is maybe my favorite of the Fire Crystal jobs, but just doesn't do enough for the last few bosses, doesn't do enough damage, and is not tanky enough. None of the summons are healing summons if you have a Summoner. If you have an Evoker, they get alternate summons, and Ifrit is a heal. Ifrit is sometimes a heal with Evoker. But yeah, I think Thief is probably the worst Fire Crystal job for endgame, for like actually finishing the game. And I think Geomancer is the worst Water Crystal job for finishing the game. It would just be whether or not, like, starting with Warrior or starting with Warrior or Monk would be worse than starting with Onion. The Warrior that I had was actually doing pretty well at the end of the game, and has Blood Sword. Scholar has really strong high potions. So you could potentially just just 2-man the end of the game and try and use high potions to sustain. Scholar is pretty decent. Scholar is like inverse Thief, because Scholar is extremely useless except for fights where you're able to use items. And Thief is extremely good until the big fights. Alright, Zandy. I think we can afford to Bahammer again. I think we're just gonna Kiraja every turn. Because I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything about that. It's a lot of damage. Except on my Sage. I think he's just dead this turn, isn't he? Good lord. Has Ranger done any work? Unfortunately, no. And it's not even his fault. It's just he hasn't had the right environment to really shine. We got Black Belt. We got Black Belt, and Black Belt has Black Belt's just done Black Belt things. Yeah, Ranger's a super good job. Ranger is really strong, but in this game you unlock Fire Crystal and then you have to do 2 dungeons, and then you unlock Water Crystal. And Water Crystal has some overwhelmingly impactful jobs. So, oftentimes the Fire Crystal just doesn't really get to do much. Okay, so the question is, what are we doing against Twin-Headed Dragon? I don't think I want to do Petrify strats. I think we're just gonna... revive. I have to assume that laser is always a forced death. We got all 4 Petrify procs again, it seems. Do we want to fight... No, I don't want to fight Zandy's clone yet. We'll do that afterwards. I was briefly wondering if I wanted to get the ribbon from him. I got the Petrify procs that time because Scylla died without taking nearly enough damage. Alright, starting with the worst one. So our damage is huge. So I think we're gonna... Fucking incredible, dude. This is just fine. We have
I love it.
I love it. I don't know what to do about this, actually. What's Eroga? We could use a speculative Kiraga. I don't think I need to. Thanks for the super deluxe 100 months, Andrew Alphys. Really appreciate that. 6,000 damage. We do take a ton of damage, but we do a lot of damage. Has Chive crit every turn? Basically yes. Moldy has been getting really bad turn order, which is kind of concerning. I'm gonna double heal here just to make sure that things are gonna be okay. Hopefully Ariman goes now. Okay. I was expecting the Petrify proc. Yeah, I think he just dies now. I think we can just use Kiraga again. Really. Perfect turn order. Yeah, this is GG. I think we have another Bahammer use. Yeah, we've got one more. Alright, Leviath. Wow. This team's fucked up. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what that fight's like when you have extremely good damage and 2 healers. It's funny how that works. Monsters! Thanks for the raid, Rotorstorm. Yeah, the bio sound effect is one of the best sound effects ever put in a video game. We got just bad enough rolls to take a meteor. I don't want to have to use my good stuff, though. Okay. This guy probably needs it. Yeah, the other two have pretty beefy stats. I don't think I'm concerned about... I'm gonna bonk, and I'm gonna golem staff. This team can, this is one of the fun team comps that can get a full gradual petrify kill in one turn. Like that. Hey, Twilight. This guy can also be petrified, so we'll do that. Just get your Earth Crystal job now! Oh, we didn't get a petrified proc from him. Monk, Mystic Knight, Beastmaster, Dancer. Nice. Monk Dancer is a really fun... It's a really fun combo. The Punch Dancer is super, super strong. Twitch told me to spend 10,000 points. You gotta always listen to Twitch. Twitch knows best. How's White Mage start? White Mage start is the best start that you can get in this game. White Mage is super messed up. No death animation! We just eliminated the worm. Yeah, like the very first dungeon in the game is an undead dungeon. Oh, can he be Catastrophe Horse? I think we'll just bio. Yeah, the very first dungeon's an undead dungeon. So you can just cure and power level there. And then you struggle for, like, the tiniest... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, speaking of tiny, the next dungeon is a mini dungeon where you have to use magic, and White Mage gets Arrow, which is extremely good magic. So White Mage is fine there, and then after that you can get an item that casts Thunder for free. And like a whole bunch of enemies are weak to Thunder. Basically everything is weak to Thunder in the early to mid game. So you get really easy grinding and farming there. It's one of the few jobs that has the weakness and healing for the worst boss fight in the game. It has healing for endgame. Like, White Mage is incredibly, incredibly good. Incredibly good. Alright, so this fight is probably going to be the most dangerous out of any of these ones. Because this dude, every turn is a one-shot. We need him to just not attack Chive as frequently as we can. Yep, attack every turn is basically how you beat this boss. I don't know how you do it in the original. I guess Viking. I guess jump. Back row with jump. Viking taunt works really well in this version, but wouldn't work in the Famicom version. But team all damage is apparently doing pretty well. Apparently doing pretty well here. I'll just have my healer summon Bahamut. Nice. Beastmaster is a tough one, Rotorstorm. I know there are a lot of really good things that you can catch that cause problems for people, but I can never remember them. I know the bird, the I don't know, the zoo palette swap in the southwest of the ocean. That thing uses Breathwing when you release it. And Breathwing does a quarter of the target's max HP and damage, and it works on Neo X stuff. So Breathwing is really fun. Bear is super strong, the Desert Bear. There are some like really funny status effect ones that you can get that I can never remember. I think one of the books, if you capture page 32 or page I don't remember. One of the books in the library has a neat release. You can one-turn Neo XF? No, because the damage gets capped at 10,000, and he has like 50,000 to 60,000. But you can do 40,000 damage to the entirety of Neo X Death with four releases. Can you catch Aqua Breath? The spiky bears in the cave with the druids, like the submarine dock. Iron something, I don't remember what they're called. Those things also do a shitload of damage if you can manage to catch them at a time. I love it. Hey, thanks for the resub, Angelic Nighthead. Yeah, I can use BIOS. As for Dancer, you can get a Lamia's Tiara from... You know, I don't remember where you where you find Lamia's tiara. I think I always tried to steal one in the floating ruins. I think one shows up somewhere. It might be in, like, Dragon Valley or something. Or that might be Hypno Crown. I don't remember. But if you get Lamia's tiara, then dance is a 50% chance of sword dance. And that's all your dancer is gonna do. So Echidna is weird. I think I'm just gonna... This might be greedy. I don't think Moldy is faster. Queen Lamia as a drop. Yeah, that's not great. Because Thief Knife is in Mirage Village as well. So you can't even use Thief Knife and hope for a proc against Lamia and Floating Ruins. Actually, just doing this again seems okay. Every single attack has been on my Ranger. 5,600 damage. 5,600 damage Bahamut. Sure. I guess we'll just keep using Kiragas. Yeah, the shoes and the dress. Oh, you can get. They're in Phoenix Tower as well, but I think they might also be steals in Phoenix Tower instead of drops. I don't know. I just played through that game and I already can't remember where some of the gear is. Alright, I guess we'll Leviath now. I'm shocked that that did 1,500 damage. Shallot has some pretty beefy magic evasion and stuff. It's... Another level for Shallot is good. That might give us more charges. We've got Cerberus left. He's the easiest of them. And then Cloud of Darkness. We're not going to be getting another level, so I'm just going to run from all of these. Alright, enjoy your dinner.
I love it!
Feel free to ask questions anytime. I'm not sure there will be much help, but we're happy to try. Thanks for the resub, Game Taker. I'm glad the cozy streams have been helping. I'm sorry that you're going through. Well, I assume that you're going through tough times. Even if you're not, I'm always happy to provide comfy content. probably at some point should do some testing to see if there's ever a reason to use physical attacks with Ranger. Like if haste plus physical attack would be better than Barrage. Oh, that's right, there are 5 ribbons in this game. Is there a 4 Job Fiesta combo that would be worse than 4 onions? I think so. Onions at least can use the onion equipment at the end of the game, which can make them quite tanky and quite strong. Some of the other jobs, like Thief I really like, but Thief at the end of the game is kind of rough. Can't use much for defensive equipment, and doesn't quite do enough damage to Cloud of Darkness and these final bosses. Geomancer is also pretty rough. I don't know, it's surprisingly more balanced than I was expecting. A lot of jobs have something to contribute. 200 damage Thundaga. Like, why is this guy even here? This boss is, like, just so comically weak. Alright, let's do it. This is gonna be the fight to test. Could be, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it really is just to give you easy crystal access. Yeah, it doesn't look like using attack is any better than using barrage. I guess it would just be if there was a priority target you wanted to make sure that you killed, and you didn't want the unfocused attack of barrage. I guess that would be the only time that you would do it. Okie dokie. Yeah, Dramamine, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed by how well it seems to be balanced. Another preemptive against Dog. Can we petrify him again? 3D version has that boss attack 3 times. But even still, all the other bosses get 2 turns. So you make him do 10% as much damage and then give him 50% more actions. Alright, Cloud of Darkness time. This fight could be okay. I don't know that anybody survives 2 particle beams, so we're still kind of at the mercy of turn order, I think. If we're doing 10,000 damage a turn, it's not going to really matter much. 900, 1400? Wow. Alright. Haste doesn't speed up your, Ooh, physical turn. It doesn't impact the turn order. It gives you more hits. Two physical attacks. Kiraja is stronger. Great order there. I'll have Red use an elixir. Good order again. We got 2 Bahammers left. I'm missing an elixir, I think. Wonder if I forgot to grab one somewhere. I don't think I used... Oh, I may have. Maybe I did use one of the other fights somewhere. Everybody going first this time. I think I'm gonna double cure this turn. Nope, I'm not. Yeah, we will. 8,000 damage. Okay, then. I think I'll do that again. You know, haste. You do that. You do that. Yeah, Black Belt is super fucked up. This could be a problem. Wow. Hopefully laser beam here. Nice. Honestly, might be dead soon. We go again. lost our ranger. Too bad. I was gonna revive him next turn. Absolutely crushed. What a fucked up team comp. Really. Bahammer too good. Okay, so that was the first time I've ever used a Sage. I've still never used a Ninja. Sage is messed up, man. Sage is really, really messed up. You get so many spell charges. I think I was, what, job level 45 or 50 or something? And Bahamut was doing like 3,000 to 5,500, somewhere around there. Kiraja was only healing 1,500. But you get 7 charges of it. It's amazing. I don't think Flare is better than Bahammer. I didn't test it much, but the few times I used Flare, it did less. Yeah, from what I understand, the Famicom version is just like, you use 2 ninjas, 2 sages. Just because there's no reason to do anything else. Yeah, this team, I don't think this team was in danger at any point in this playthrough. This was pretty fucked up. This is like an actual meta team. White Mage start is fantastic. Ranger is so good. Black Belt's amazing. Like, three of these jobs on their own are win conditions. White Mage is basically a win. A Black Belt is basically a win. A Sage is basically a win. I haven't had a Black Mage start, and I haven't had a Monk start. I haven't gotten a Knight. I haven't gotten a Bard or Evoker, but I did playthroughs. I did other playthroughs with Bard, Evoker, and Dark Knight. So that's okay. And I've never used Ninja. I think I'm more or less satisfied with this testing. I think at least these restrictions, or not restrictions, but this setup is fine. I think there's a slim chance that you could get a team that would be not unwinnable, but it would be just horrible experience. That Onion Knight, Thief, Geomancer, Summoner team, or Warrior, Thief, Geomancer, Onion Knight would be really bad. You'd have to grind for a really long time. I think monks get the same unarmed damage boost. I think. Black Mage useful all game with status spells? Does Black Mage even get status spells? You get Sleep and Break. Sleep, Petrify. White Mage has most of the status, but everything's immune to status in this game. I still haven't had a chance to test using Frog, using Toad to grind on enemies. Oh, Paralyze is a tier 4? 6? All the bosses, at least, are immune to it. Unfortunately, like, every boss is immune to nearly every status effect. So you can't do any silly cheese stuff like you can in FF5. This game's so good. I've really enjoyed these playthroughs. I think I'm content though. I don't think I'm gonna do any more, at least in the near future. But it's nice to know that this works. So if I ever feel like playing the game again, I can just, or when I feel like playing the game again, I can just roll some jobs and go for it. They're pretty quick too. This one was like 9 hours. I think all the others were like 10 to... I think the longest one was 15. The Onion Knight start. Onion Knight Thief Viking, I think was 15. Just team 0 damage. So, yeah, it's a neat structure for this game. Works better than I thought. So I think I might play for the rest of the day. Might play Heroes of Hammerwatch. I think. I've had the itch for that, and I streamed it once. I think it was before Mario Kart one day, though. So I played, like, I don't know, 2 hours of it or something on stream. And I don't think I highlighted it. Or maybe I did one other stream and then once before Mario Kart. I've never played Heroes of Hammerwatch co-op. I only played this one on my own. But Murph and I played the original Hammerwatch a few times. So yeah, I'm considering just starting the town over, and then I can highlight the whole thing. Dragon Warrior Plans, I think, is gonna start next week. I think. This week, obviously I'm streaming today, and I'll be streaming tomorrow. But Wednesday there's a bagpipe party, impromptu neighborhood parade plus party. Yeah, whether the neighborhood wants it or not, we're gonna be marching through the neighborhood and playing. And then I'm going out of town Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, the neighborhood bagpipe party isn't in my neighborhood, but it's at my teacher's, which is 3 miles away. Will probably be audible from my house. But yeah, anyways, won't be streaming from Wednesday until Saturday. Could maybe squeeze in something on Sunday, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I think I'll probably aim to start Dragon Warrior 1 on Monday. My neighbors deserve bagpipe parade. They do, except we'd probably be attacked by dogs, because there's no fewer than 4 untrained huge dogs in this neighborhood that are just free to run around unsupervised. Either that or would be run over by the people that drive around here without looking. Some great neighbors here. Skip the scene. Save completed data. 7:39. How did this playthrough finish in 8:48? Oh, because this one had a black belt. Yeah, it was like Warrior Scholar? Yeah, that had a black belt. And this one had a Dragoon. Red Mage, Thief, Geomancer, Summoner. Warrior, Scholar, Black Belt, Onion. Onion, Thief, Viking, Magus. This was an Earth Onion? Looks like it. White Mage, Thief, Dragoon. We got so many thieves. 3 out of 5 were thieves. Yeah, Black Belt. Basically, when you get Black Belt, you can just charge. You can just charge to the end. It's basic. Like it looks like you just need level 50. Maybe this playthrough could have done it earlier because I had 2 healers. But it doesn't seem like you'd be able to do the end game much sooner than 50. Just because, like, Ahriman is at risk of one-shotting you with Meteor. And there's particle beam stuff going on. So, yeah, it seems like no matter what, you've got to get your team, go to Bahamut's Cave, get 50, and then cross your fingers.